Hello, friends. Welcome to Time Out with Noelle Janae. This is a weekly Christian lifestyle podcast that focuses on the Bible, adulting, and all things culture with a Christian perspective. I am your host, Noelle, and thank you so much for timing out with me. Here's what you can expect on today's episode. So basically, fell down the rabbit hole. It was great. Loved every second of it. Found out, a couple of my favorite actors now are, became big fans of them, like Paris and Jonathan and Luke Demian. Love them. I'll talk about them later. So that's how I got into the show. My mom bought me like a Chosen shirt, and we really just kind of became number one like super fans of the Chosen. I would love to go to one of the premieres. Literally, that's on my bucket list, to one day be at one of the premieres. And I love the show. I love the message. I love just how it brings the Bible and how it brings Jesus to life. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Time Out with Noelle Janae. I'm Noelle. Obviously, you heard that from the intro. Today is the day. Today is the long-awaited Chosen episode. Guys, my cat just climbed on me. Tell me no. Ow! Ow! She's been in a weird mood. Anyway, so this episode has been like a year and a half in the making at this point. And I thought it's about time I talk about what it is, my favorite characters, and my favorite episodes and moments. I will not be including anything from season 3 because it is currently coming out. And obviously, not everyone has watched it yet. So this video, not a video, this podcast episode is not sponsored by Angel Studios or The Chosen. But if you would like to do a brand deal, Angel Studios, and you listen to it, by the way, huge fan. Love y'all. I'm open to do a brand deal. Okay. Hit me up on Instagram. So, basically, what is The Chosen? It is the first ever multi-season show about Jesus. Pulled straight from scripture. And it is obviously, dramatized, some added plot points, added characters. But they really try to keep it in the context of the Bible. But because it is a TV show, they have to dramatize it a little bit because modern TV calls for it. It is 100% crowd-funded, so you can donate in the Chosen app, on the Chosen website or whatever. And I think most of season 4 I think is funded already. So it's going to be 7 seasons, and the way it was created by a man named Dallas Jenkins, and the way he wrote the show is he started at the end and worked backwards. So he started at season 7 and worked backwards. And it is so good, obviously, because I'm doing an episode about it. So when I first heard about it, I kind of procrastinated listening to it because I didn't want to watch it because I kind of knew I would be obsessed with it. So I was like, nah, I'm good. And then my mom finally was like, you need to watch this. And this was in between season 1 and 2, the break between seasons 1 and 2. So I binge watched all of season 1 twice in 2 days. It was so good. Literally, I became obsessed. Followed everyone on the Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Fell down some of the actors' rabbit holes. It was a whole thing. So basically, fell down the rabbit hole. It was great. Loved every second of it. Found out, a couple of my favorite actors now are, became big fans of them, like Paris and Jonathan and Luke Demian. Love them. I'll talk about them later. So that's how I got into the show. My mom bought me a Chosen shirt, and we really just kind of became number one super fans of the Chosen. I would love to go to one of the premieres. Literally, that's on my bucket list to one day be at one of the premieres. And I love the show. I love the message. I love just how it brings the Bible and how it brings Jesus to life, and how these characters are human and they're not just, people and stories, and that we can relate to them even though the things they experienced were thousands of years ago. We still relate to some of the stuff they're dealing with, what we're dealing with now, which is great. So, favorite characters. Here we go, guys. This is where I get on my rabbit trail. Jesus, obviously. He's played by Jonathan Romy. Jonathan is a Catholic man from New York, I believe. And oh my gosh, like, he plays Jesus so well. And also the writing of the show is fantastic. They never miss. And they have like biblical scholars and, different people from different traditions. And I believe they have like some Jewish theologians and some Jewish, experts, Torah experts and stuff. So Dallas Jenkins is not just sitting in his dark, cold writing room, just like typing up these things all alone. Like, he's not in an echo chamber. He's surrounded by different opinions, different backgrounds, different, whatever. So it's a very well rounded script writing process, and they do it so well. They knock it out of the park every time. And they definitely did not miss with Jesus. Okay, his writing is fantastic. These storylines that they're doing are beautiful. And Jonathan's acting in this makes me cry. Okay, like the way he's just able to bring Jesus to life, and that, Jesus is funny. Jesus is kind of a comedian, but he takes what he does so seriously, but he's able to have some like funny moments. And like when he's angry, and like when he's sad, you can see like the heartbreak, and oh my god. Oh, I love this. Okay. As to not waste all my time talking about Jesus, next we move on to Matthew. Now, other than Jesus, because Jesus has to be everyone's favorite, obviously, Matthew is my favorite character on this show. And not because I love Paris Patel, who plays Matthew, but because Matthew is so relatable. All the disciples are relatable to, like, in some semblance to everyone. Different characteristics of different disciples, relate to different people differently. Take a drink of water every time I say the word different. I'm sorry, guys. My throat's really dry right now. So, Paris is a fantastic actor. And, like, I have fallen down his rabbit hole, that rabbit trail so much, as have I with, like, all these actors. But the way they made Matthew on the spectrum in this show, which, when you think about it, makes a lot of sense. And he acts it. He, like, the way he does his acting and the way he plays Matthew is like watching a, like, this may seem like really weird, but it's like watching someone like Monet or Van Gogh, or like, yeah, I love Van Gogh, sorry, like paint, like just watching a painter paint with passion and love for the art and all that stuff. That's what it looks like to see Paris play Matthew. And it is so beautifully done. I love him a lot. I've like we've spoken in DMs. I'm always hyping him up because I just love the way he encompasses everything Matthew, and how It's so relatable, and like kids and young adults and adults on the spectrum have someone that they can like relate to. And we see Matthew, his book is the first book in the New Testament, and you know he was shunned by everything, and his family storyline is, oh my gosh, his redemption arc is peak. Like, season 3 is Matthew's season. Okay, I can feel it from the first. I can't talk about the first 2 episodes of season 3 yet, but just wait. Okay. Next up, we got my favorite creepy man, Creepy John, aka John the Baptist, played by David Amito. We do not see John the Baptist much in this show, which is a crime. Dallas, please work on making a John the Baptist spin-off series with David. I will personally fund that. It may only be a 1 cent budget, but it has to happen. I want a Creepy John spin-off series. I want it to happen. Oh, I love Creepy John. One of my favorite moments in the show has Creepy John in it, and Creepy John is a part of it. And just the way that John and Jesus interact with each other is so beautiful because they're cousins, but they act more like brothers than anything. And oh my gosh, one of the most heartbreaking moments in the show, I think it's in season 2, and it's when John the Baptist and Jesus hug for the last time, and Jesus knows that like John is about to get arrested and then beheaded. And oh my gosh, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Okay, next up we have Simon Peter. Also, back to Creepy John. John is like the comedic relief for like some of the moments, and it's amazing. Such good writing and such good acting from David. So next up we have Simon Peter, played by Shahar Isaac. I love Peter. Peter's character has been a little controversial, especially right now, especially with the last episode of season 3 and some things that happened. People are debating whether Peter's a good person, but like we knew that Peter was kind of a firecracker. I mean, he literally chopped off a dude's ear. And then Jesus put it back on him. Like we knew Peter had anger issues, okay? We knew. We already knew. But it's different from reading it to seeing it played like on a TV show, like right in front of you. And we see Peter struggle with his anger issues and with his biases and his prejudices, especially towards Matthew in the first couple of seasons, because Matthew is a tax collector and tax collectors were hated by the Jewish people. And so Matthew, who was a Jew, betraying his people to become a tax collector is like unthinkable. And Peter, honestly, Peter hates Matthew. And eventually, they reconcile all this stuff. You really have to watch it because it's so good. But we see that, that issue that Peter is dealing with. And it is so wonderful. Also, honorable mention to Eden. What a queen. We love her. Eden is Peter's wife. We know he was married because in the Bible it talks about how Peter had a mother-in-law who was sick and then Jesus came and healed her. Okay. We love Eden. Next up, we have Mary Magdalene, played by Elizabeth Debicki. I love Mary. Mary's just my little cinnamon roll, and I want nothing bad to happen to her. I don't want anything bad to happen to Mary or Matthew, okay? They're my little cinnamon rolls. I need them to be okay, and like I need life to go well for them. But it doesn't. Mary, the first whole episode of the first season is all about Mary. I won't spoil it because you really need to go watch it. But oh my goody gosh. Like, Elizabeth's acting chops when it comes to Mary Magdalene are superior. Okay? I'm just going to say it. They are superior. I love the way she plays Mary. And I think she deserves more credit than is given to her. And that's all I'm going to say. But yes, Mary Magdalene is also one of the only one of the few women that went with Jesus and his disciples on their travels and in the ministry, and she really just tries to keep the whole thing going, food, whatever, support. Yeah, she's amazing. Then we have the only Roman that owns my heart, and that's Quintus. I love how sarcastic Quintus is. Quintus is played by Brandon Potter, and oh my gosh, this man, if he was not a Roman, I would say he can do no wrong, but we know the Romans. He does all the wrong. But Quintus is my buddy. Quintus is my homie at this point. I can call up Quintus and be like, "Hey, I'm kidding, but I love Brandon Potter. He is a fantastic actor, and we don't see much of Quintus, but what we do see is amazing, basically. And then our last person is my little baby Judas, played by Luke Dimian. I love Luke. Luke is one of the funniest people you will ever hear about. Hi, Domino. What are you doing? Sorry, my cat is just doing the most at this point. So Judas, when he first came on the scene, I was so angry because I was like, oh, I already know I'm gonna love you, but I also already know that you're gonna like give me the most wrenching heartbreak I've ever experienced. And I'm not ready for it. What are you doing? What are you doing, Domino? Domino's doing the most right now. Anyway, so Judas is amazing. We love Judas. We also kind of hate Judas because, we know what's going to happen. But Luke plays him so well, and you don't see it until season 3. So, I can't say anything about what his character does, but, get ready. So that's all my favorite characters. So we're going to go in and do my favorite episodes and moments. So first up, we have the ending of the first episode. This whole first episode is oh my gosh, breathtaking. Probably the most perfect series pilot I've ever seen. So the episode is surrounding Mary Magdalene, and she's possessed by demons. She goes to the bar, all this stuff. You see also flashbacks to her childhood, learning the Torah, and the scripture she references is one in Psalms, talking about how I have called you by name, you are mine, and it ends with her getting a drink at the bar, and Jesus is there, and Jesus puts his hand on hers, when she reaches for the cup, and he's like, don't drink it, and she immediately clutches her head because the demons know the Son of God is there, and she's like, get away from me, and runs out the door, and then he goes after her, and he starts quoting the scripture from her child. Oh my gosh. And then he clutches her head and exorcise the demons from her, and oh my gosh, it's such a good scene. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna be frank here, and please don't cancel me for this. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Okay. Next up, we have beginning of season 1, episode 3. This is where Jesus is doing his little camping thing. He's doing his little carpentry thing, and then he sees kids, and kids go to hang out with him because they one girl finds him and then hides from him, but obviously he knows she's there because he's God. And then she runs off. She comes back the next day with her friend, and then they kind of hang out with Jesus, and then they leave and come back the next day with even more friends of theirs, and then he starts teaching them his teachings and stuff, and it's just so fun to see Jesus and children interact. Oh, It was so nice. I was like, domestic Jesus. It was great. We love seeing Jesus. Next up, we have the woman at the well. This is the ending of season 1, I believe. Yes. Ending of season 1, we see the woman in Samaria, woman at the well, and oh my gosh, this is the most heart-wrenching scene I have ever seen in a TV show. Like they really deserve an Oscar for this performance. Like Jesus is crying, the woman's crying, I'm crying, the dialogue is everything. The oh my gosh, it's just so good. So yes, highly recommend. Then we have season 2, episode 3. In this episode, there's a very long shot, and it's of Jesus performing miracles and basically like things happening in the camp, and it goes on for a good amount of time. And I don't remember how long it was, but it was in one shot. They did a one take, and it was fantastic. I watched like the behind the scenes video of them doing it, and it is fantastic. So, like, oh my gosh, I still can't believe they did it. Gonna be honest, it's so good. And then season 2, episode 5, this is the demon versus Jesus. So basically, they're in their camp, and all of a sudden, Mary Magdalene like senses something, and all of a sudden, this man like comes out of nowhere into the camp and is possessed by demons. And like Mary tries to stand up to him, and then hold on. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Domino's being suspicious. So they're in the camp, and then demon comes up. Mary Magdalene tries to like face off with the demons because I guess she has like enhanced supernatural awareness now because she was like possessed by demons. And then Simon the Zealot has just come on the scene, and I love Simon Z. Like another honorable mention, Simon Z is the best. Sorry, Simon Peter, but like I love Simon Z so much. So basically, he gets like in a physical fight with this dude possessed by demons, and it ends up with Simon on the ground. The demon dude is on top of him, about to like slit his throat, and John the Baptist, Philip, and Andrew come running in, and Jesus is like, out of him! And like, wow. It was so good. It was just so good. Like, for no reason. I mean, obviously there is a reason because like it's a TV show, but like, oh my gosh. Literally the best scene in that whole season. And then the last favorite moment is ending of season 2 when Jesus is about to give his sermon on the Mount. I think it's the Sermon on the Mount. And they're like panning. Jesus is like about to walk on the platform where they have, all the people set up, and it's panning to each of the disciples watching Jesus walk up. And then the last disciple you see before Jesus steps out of that curtain is Judas. And if that wasn't one of the best things ever, oh my gosh. It's so good. Such good writing. Again, such good writing. So, I'm not going to put my favorite moments from season 3 because I did go to watch it in theaters. But you can watch it on your phone. So, this is how you watch The Chosen. The Chosen has an app. It has 2 apps. So, Angel Studios is the production company, and they have their own app where they also have different shows and movies that they've done. I know the Wingfeather Saga has just come out, and they have a show about the Book of Acts, I believe. I haven't watched that one yet. So, if you want to watch The Chosen and Angel Studios' other production things, download the Angel Studios app completely free. If you want to just watch The Chosen, there's the Chosen app where you can watch it and donate to the crowdfunding to fund the episodes. And that is also on the App Store on Apple, Android, and I believe Google. So go watch it. Also, season 1 is on Peacock and Netflix. Yes, season 1 of The Chosen is on Netflix. And then I believe, let me check myself before I wreck myself. I want to say that episodes are also on YouTube. Let me see. Yes. So The Chosen season 1 and I believe season 2. Let me see. 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 Anybody remember what that song is called? Okay, so season 2 is technically not on YouTube, but hold on, let me turn this down. But I think, yeah. But people have reposted it, so do not watch season 2 on YouTube because it's not from the actual Chosen YouTube account. So season 1 is on YouTube. Season 2 and onward is on the Chosen app. So that's all I have for today with that part of the episode. But now it is everyone's favorite time. It's time for Songs of the Week, where I give you my music recommendations. And guys, I finally got it right. I said Songs of the Week. Look at me go. Okay, today's Songs of the Week is Same God from Elevation Worship and All Hail King Jesus by Bethel. I know I'm recommending a Bethel song. I know, but God can use their songs just as much as they can use elevations. Thank you. So, Same God is one that I've heard before, and I've done it in a worship setting like once when I was on a worship team at North Cleveland. But I didn't really get it. It didn't really click until like a couple weeks ago. Now I cannot stop playing it along with All Hail King Jesus. Like the lyrics of these songs. So good. So love those songs. Go listen and like the playlist link down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast and give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to because it really helps us. And also share this to your friends, to your family. And I will hear from you guys later. Bye! Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you liked it, then leave us a 5-star review and follow us wherever you're listening. Share this with your peeps and follow us on Instagram at TimeNoellePod. Have a great day, night, afternoon, or whenever you're listening to this, and goodbye!